Oil Spill Commission. The scientists say their questions seem designed to cast doubt on their findings. So what's the reason for those calls? That depends on whom you ask. Maya Rodriguez has the story.
As the oil spill unfolded, scientists from research institutions around the country descended on the Gulf to witness what ended up becoming an unprecedented environmental event.
Right now, the Gulf is basically a big experimental laboratory.
Two of those scientists included Dr. William Sawyer, a Florida toxicologist, and Marco Kaltoven, a scientist and head of Boston Chemical Data in Massachusetts. Both were hired by a New Orleans-based law firm to collect and analyze samples of water, sand, and sea life affected by the spill.
What's been most important to us is to make sure that we have independent data.
The scientists sampled off the coast of several Gulf states, including Louisiana. They say their findings so far are troubling.
We have found an alarming pattern of hydrocarbons maintained in the water column.
If we're finding so much more of the toxic part of oil in the water column, the obvious question is what's happening to the seafood.
In the seafood, they found the presence of potentially toxic hydrocarbons at levels above the norm. Even though they had yet to issue a report drawing any conclusions, they began posting their data online. Then came the phone calls.
We were contacted by the National Commission on the BP oil spill.
President Obama created the commission to look into the oil spill, but the two scientists say the commission's phone calls were unsettling.
I explained the work, but there seemed to be a grave concern as to why we are finding contamination, as there was a sort of a loaded question. And then the questions were geared towards sampling permits.
The question, did they have the proper permits to do their sampling? They said they did.
The second thing we were asked is, do we believe that our data shows that the federal data is wrong? And the last thing, of course, is the National Commission impugned my reputation and said that they were trying to determine if we were sampling illegally.
The attorneys told Kaltoven they were responding, quote, to a constituent complaint from a food distributor. But a spokesperson for the Oil Spill Commission says that wasn't the case, and that the scientists were contacted because the commission was impressed with their work. Yet that wasn't the impression left with either one of the scientists, one of whom retained a lawyer.
If we don't get the data out to people, how will they decide whether or not it's going to be safe?
In a statement to Eyewitness News, a spokesperson for the commission said one of the scientists, Dr. Sawyer, was, quote, one of many experts with whom we were having discussions to gain insights and possibly serve as expert panelists before the commission. We deeply regret if any question we may have asked created a misunderstanding. This afternoon, Congressman Joseph Gao sent out a statement calling for a congressional investigation into the matter. Dennis and Angela.
All right. Thanks,
Okay,
Maya.
thank you.